What's up everybody, it's Sean here, and I'm here today to give you guys a review of the New Balance 550 from the Lunar New Year pack in this Driftwood colorway. Today's video is brought to you by Heffelux. When it comes to sneakers, comfort is king. So when you buy a pair of shoes and you find out they're uncomfortable, one of the easiest ways to fix that is by swapping the insoles. So that's where Heffelux comes into play. They sell ETPU insoles, which essentially is the same material you'll find inside Adidas Boost. And if you check out their website, which I've linked down below in the description box, you'll see they sell a variety of different insoles. So be sure to use the code SEANGO at checkout to get 15% off your entire purchase, and be sure to tell them I sent you. So this is part of New Balance's Lunar New Year pack, which celebrates the upcoming Year of the Rabbit. Releasing back on December 30th, these retailed for $130 US or $170 here in Canada. The style code for this shoe is BB550LY1, and the colorway is Driftwood, Turtle Dove, and Concrete. So we all know by now how popular this 550 silhouette is, and with so many different colorways on the market, it's hard for New Balance to release something new and fresh, but I think this pair definitely checks off some of those boxes. So diving into the details of this shoe, the upper of this sneaker is constructed using a very soft tumbled leather, and this is done in this dark tan color. So on the toe box, you can see we have 3 rows of diagonal perforations, and overlaid on the toe cap, we have this asymmetrical panel, which wraps around the front edge of the sneaker. Moving downwards, you'll see on this panel here, we have 550 branding stamped on the lateral side, and beneath this entire panel is perforated. This leather panel is also backed with a secondary layer of more of a white colored synthetic material, and then moving downwards, the mid panel is covered in more of that tumbled leather, but we have this cutout in the middle, revealing this New Balance N logo, which is constructed out of an off-white or sail colored synthetic leather with this gray suede surrounding the edges. Moving further down, we have this gray suede once again, and this feels a little bit rough to the touch, but it wasn't the worst suede I've seen used on a 550 before. And then wrapping on the back of the shoe, we have more of that tumbled leather. We have the New Balance logo embroidered in this burgundy color in the bottom, and the top of the heel is covered in more of that tumbled leather. Surrounding the bottom of the heel, we have this gray colored TPU heel clip, which gives you added structure and support for the back end of the shoe. And then turning our attention back to the front, so for laces, these come with 2 different lace options. The standard or default lace are these flat style laces done in this cream or off-white color, but they also give you a secondary burgundy colored lace as well. Underneath this, we have a full leather tongue, which is constructed in that same tumbled soft leather that the body of the shoe was constructed in. And on the very top, we have this rectangular tag with New Balance 550 branding. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is lined in a sail or off-white colored nylon, which has a very soft and silky finish to it to the touch. As for the insoles, so these come with an Ortholite branded insole, and just like any of your other 550s, this is a dual density double stacked insole. So the top layer is just your standard foam. However, it's covered in a burgundy colored nylon, which gives it more of a special and premium feel to the touch. And then pressed and embroidered on the heel, we have the New Balance logo. And then covering the back half of this insole, there's a secondary layer of foam, which is where the majority of the comfort of the 550 is coming from. So the upper of the 550 sits atop this solid rubber cup sole, which is painted in this off-white color. We have the New Balance logo and the New Balance word mark visible on the lateral side in the middle, and if I flip the shoe over to the medial side, you'll see in the middle we have this exposed wedge of foam, which is encased within the rubber cup sole, but not visible on the lateral side. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, so this outsole is constructed out of a combination of gray and off-white colored rubber. We still have that same circular pivot point on the forefoot, and we have the New Balance word mark running down the bottom of the heel. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these 550s. And for those wondering about sizing, to me these fit like most of my other New Balance 550s, so I personally prefer to go a half size down. So my feet measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and the New Balance 550 is a little bit more on the longer side. So in the past when I've tried going true to size in this model, there's just way too much heel slippage for my liking. So by going a half size down, yes, sometimes it can be a little bit snug width-wise on the toe box, but for this specific pair, it didn't feel too snug at all. And by going down a half size, it gives me that perfect length without dealing with any heel slippage. To give you guys a point of comparison, I also go a half size down in other New Balance silhouettes like the 992, the 993, the 990 V3, V4, V5, and V6. And in comparison, I stick true to size or a size 10 in other New Balance silhouettes like the 997, the 990 V2 because I find that those 2 specific models have a bit more of a narrow toe box. And other models include the 991, the 1500, the 2002R, and the 1906R. Moving on to the comfort, so the New Balance 550 straight out of the box, it can feel a little bit clunky, but it's one of those models that I feel really breaks in well the more you wear them. To be honest though, the leather used on the shoe is super soft, so there's not too much of a break-in period required for this pair at all. And like I mentioned earlier, the majority of the comfort is coming from that very thick and very well padded insole. So this is more of a heavier sneaker, but I honestly find the 550 to be pretty comfortable on feet. I know some people absolutely hate this model, so it comes down to personal preference. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship on this shoe, so first off, material quality, I thought it was great. This leather that they used was very premium. It's a significant step up from the quality used on general release 550s, and has a very nice tumbled and soft feel to the touch. And in terms of the build and the craftsmanship, I thought my pair was honestly pretty flawless. The stitch job was very nice, there were no visible glue stains or anything like that, so New Balance's Vietnam factory did a very solid job for this release. So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet. I'll lace them up and I'll show you guys how these look. Between this one and the other 550 in this pack, the Sea Salt colorway, both pairs are very solid, very versatile and clean colorways. If I had to pick one though, I think I'm leaning more towards the Sea Salt colorway. Yes, technically it's a bit more of a boring colorway, but I think I can see myself wearing more of a white base shoe a bit more than this one. This colorway kind of reminds me of the Air Jordan 4 Shimmer, that women's pair. And while I think this is a nice looking shoe, I think the shade that they use on this leather on the upper, to me at least, looks a little bit more on the feminine side. But I want to know what you guys think. So drop a comment down below to let me know between this Driftwood pair and the Sea Salt, which of the two do you guys prefer? And for anyone watching, did you also pick up a pair of these to rock? Did you pass on these? Whichever way you went, leave a comment down below. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow my Instagram page at esco8. Check out my Twitter as well at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and hopefully it helped you in some way, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.